So now I'm going to introduce her to the actual lunging part of this. And what I want you to think of is you're standing on the center of a big clock. There's a clock laying down here on the ground. She's standing on 12 o'clock. I'm standing at the center of the clock. And I'm going to ask her to back away from me a little bit, throwing a little intent at her, saying, step back. Now I want you to think of 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And I'm going to ask the shoulder, depending on which way I'm going, to either go to 2 o'clock or to 10 o'clock. Now in the beginning here, I'm going to go off to 2 o'clock here, so I'm going to start walking out to 2 o'clock. And that was nice. She brought her shoulder out there, and once she gets out there, then I can allow her to go. And there she only took a couple steps and then she came back. So we'll set it up again. But because we moved the hind until the front came through, we already have some control over the front end. So again, she's at 12 o'clock. I'm in the center of the clock. Now I'm going to go to 2 o'clock. And I'm going to head out that way and say, hey, let's get your shoulder out there to 2 o'clock. And then once she's out there, then I can tap her on the butt or on her back to say, let's get going if she needs it. Or I might lift her up from the underside here at her belly to say, step forward. And that was good, so I can talk to the hind end now, disengage, get her to face back up to me. Don't run into me or through me. Now I'll change hands. Now we have a new 12 o'clock. So I'm going to go off to 10 o'clock there. I focus out there, bring my intent out there. She brought her shoulder out really well, and allow her to step off and walk out. And I'm walking with her right now. I'm not going to be too rigid on saying, I'm just going to stay put. In the beginning, you need to move with and go along with them. So here she kind of quit, so I'm going to just go into disengaging her, get her to focus back towards me, to me. And I'd like to always start with the horse having 2 eyes on me. Now I'm going to go off to 2 o'clock. She's on the new 12 o'clock. So I go off to 2, step that way, ask her shoulder to go out and around. And right now it's not about her going out and walking and trotting and cantering around me. It's more about, can I just get her to move her shoulder out and then walk forward, or to move forward and start to go around me. We're building it one piece at a time. Because what I'm building towards is actually some trailer loading, getting her to go on up into the trailer. So here, got her to focus back on me. I've got 2 eyes. I ask her to back up just a little bit close. So I throw an intent at her, tap her on the chest to back up my intent. Now we're going to go off over to 10 o'clock and say, can you bring your shoulder out there? Thank you very much. And ask her to walk on around. If she kind of dies out, I can come in on whatever body part's leaning on me. Here she's backing up, so I'll just be back here. Tap her a little bit to say, no, let's go forward. Let's go forward. She wants to go over to her buddy. There you go. And once she gets past that point where she was sticky, then I can disengage, focus on the hind end, draw her nose to me a little bit, get her hind end to disengage, and can send her off out to 2 o'clock. And that time I didn't have to move my feet out there. I'm just going along with her, and there I'm like, nope, not yet. So I just set up a new 2 o'clock here, saying get your shoulder out there, thank you very much, and let's go for a walk. And I can disengage. Waiting on her. Thank you. And now I'm going to go off to 10 o'clock. There she's backing up, so I just come back behind her and say, let's go forward. Just having a little conversation here, not getting too big. Yeah. And pick up a little feel on the lead rope, talk to the hind, ask her to disengage, and then draw her back onto me. So her big thing is just getting her to pay attention, to follow a feel, and when I have an intent, to get her to follow that intent. But she's doing very well there. So we'll leave her with that. So in your lunge work is think about getting control over that hind end and front end. Move the hind till the opposite eye comes through, and then move the front end through. Once you get that, then set your horse up on a clock and remember your 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and sending that shoulder out to either 10 o'clock or to 2 o'clock, getting him out there, and then just start asking him to walk around. They move around a bit, disengage, bring him back in, and you can set it up and go the other way. And that's where you can start with your lunge work. And this eventually progresses into you get to stay more and more put, and they get to go out there and around you and do more. So thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next one.